What's up, everyone? Welcome back to StrangeCast, Player One versus the World Life is Strange podcast. I am one of your hosts, Adnan. My co-host Adam is here. Adam, you're here.
I am present. I have a dog on my lap, and that's about it. Yeah.
Oh, we've got a dog here as well, so that's why you should be watching the video version. You know, that intro, I think I've never actually said it the same every single time. It always changes.
I know.
Introduction to the show. I couldn't script it, but I always change my mind about how I'm going to introduce it. But yeah, so we are back for a new StrangeCast. Obviously, we came back recently, revamped. A lot of people seem to enjoy it, and Riverside will be the home of StrangeCast now. Really clean audio, really clean video, and I think a lot of people enjoyed it. And obviously, as well, you know, if you are here, please do drop a subscribe, like, share, and comment this video as well. It's actually helped that as well. I think we've had probably our biggest increase in subscribers in the last couple of days since that episode when I said that. So I think it's a good introduction dropping point as well for people to get involved. And I think it's even brought on the traffic as well. I think like it's now 50% almost, 50% not subscribed and 50% who are subscribed. So yeah, so it's quite nice that. And obviously, like I said, you know, we're on video version on YouTube, but we're also on podcast services as well, pretty much everything. Video version is available on Spotify. It does support that. And we're on everything else. We're on Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music. So if you are over there, you can just listen to an audio only version, and obviously do drop us a rating as well. It helps with boosting our visibility, which is always an important thing. And also a big shout out to everyone who joined my my Don't Nod live stream as well. It was really nice to talk to a lot of you. It feels very robotic sometimes. Obviously, Adam wasn't there because he's based in the US, and our time difference is about 6 hours, I think, or so.
6 hours, because yeah, it's noon or it's 1 o'clock for you. Yeah.
Yeah, it's noon
or whatever you say in London. It's 1300 hours or whatever you guys say. Do you guys go by military time? Like you say 1300?
Yeah.
Yeah. Silly. Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't say it to my friend. I wouldn't be like, "Oh, it's 1300 hours." I'd be like, "Yeah, it's 1 o'clock." I just like, I think we just use.
Yeah,
we use the military.
I've heard so many times they're like, "Oh yeah, 1300." I'm like, "What is that? What? Why?" But yeah, it's 7 a.m. for me, so it's about 6 hours. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So like that's what I mean. So that's why Adam wasn't there for it. But it was nice to do the the Don't Nod live stream. Sorry. And the audio quality, I think the video quality didn't seem that great, but I think the Dreamwalker said to me it wasn't too bad on his mobile, but I figured out how to fix that. So if we do it down the line, and if you do want us to do more live streams, then let me know. I'm pretty open for that. But it's just nice to kind of do it as well and talk about what was happening. Obviously, a lot more to talk about in here because I've had more time to sit down. I've got Adam now as well, so we can actually sit down and, you know, break this apart. But we won't come on to that yet. We're going to move into our first topic, which I know many of you love when we talk about this, which is the Life is Strange Remastered Collection.
Yay!
You just sometimes think like, how is this still news when we're going into the summer? But so we're recording on the 4th of June, and I imagine you'll get this next week on the Wednesday as we usually drop. But 2 days prior to us recording this episode, Life is Strange posted an update on their social media accounts. So they said, and I quote, "While hard at work on the Nintendo Switch versions, the team have also been working on additional patches for the Life is Strange Remastered collections on all platforms, identifying and fixing reported issues. We wanted to update you on those upcoming patches. Life is Strange Remastered. We are aiming to release fixes for screen tearing and solar flare corruption on the title screen in late June/early July. The team are working hard to release this patch as quickly as possible. We will update you all when we have a more specific date to share." And before the Storm Remastered, the game is receiving a full engine upgrade in Unity to enhance character visualization. We hope to be able to provide an expected time frame soon. Instances of hospital T-posing in collectible mode are still under investigation. We'll be sure to update you throughout the month with further updates as soon as we have more to share. So in itself, there's two wild pieces of news there, which is the fact that the Nintendo Switch version isn't even available yet for the Remastered Collection. And then top of that, all these bug fixes. Adam,
okay, so like, first of all, you gotta imagine how bad the Nintendo Switch version is. You have to imagine, because like with all of this, so remind me, I think it came out September, yes? September of last year, the Life is Strange Remaster?
No, wasn't it
October?
February?
Was it February? I don't know.
It was delayed, remember?
Yeah. I don't have a spare hand to type because my dog is just putting his whole head on my on my hand, so I'm trapped here. Life is Strange Remastered,
I'm pretty sure.
release date. I'm asking Google, so. Oh, February 1st. You're right. Okay, February. For some reason, I thought it's September. I don't know why. It just felt right to me. But yeah, February 1st, it came out, and now it's June, and we're still getting all of these, like for Life is Strange Remaster, like the first one, screen tearing. We're talking about screen tearing. We're talking about freaking screen, and the solar flare fix, like that should have been like in March. And we're getting it in June. And then they say like all these upgrades are going to be like sometime in June or July, right? And I'm just like, wow, okay. And I'm just like thinking, I want to see footage of the Nintendo Switch version. Like, how bad is the Switch version if all of these, like the Xbox, PlayStation, all of that, is this bad? How bad does the Switch have to be?
Yeah. Like, I still can't believe this is an issue. We were talking about this in our review episodes, which you can watch on YouTube and also on podcast services. We were talking about so many different issues. We've covered so many different updates on patch updates that they've done. And we are now in June, and they are still patching this game. They're patching both of them. And it's like, how many issues are in this game now? Like, I was pretty flat out with my feelings towards both the remastered collections. I wouldn't even buy them unless you actually were a really big Life is Strange fan, and B, they're fully patched with all the fixes. Right. Like, there's so many glaring issues about it. And we kept talking about, like, I shared my experiences with you, you shared yours, like all the different issues we get on different platforms. And I just don't understand why this is still going on. Like, why haven't they fixed this? And then on top of that, like you said, like, we haven't got the Switch versions of these. And I can only think about what's happened to the Switch versions if they keep delaying it. And it's like not out yet. Like,
do you think they're just going to like scrap the Switch version? Like, do you think we're ever going to get it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Square Enix will put it out. Like, they've put out all kinds of games. Like,
they put like, out the Avengers game. So
took the words out of my mouth. The Avengers game has been out.
Yeah.
And like, they'll put it out, but like in what state is a different question. Most developers do that. Like, I've very rarely seen a publisher like stop putting out a game just before it's broken. They put out like Final Fantasy 14 at first, and that, like, now it's hugely popular. But I remember the launch, the amount of controversy that caused.
Yeah.
And it's like, it wouldn't surprise me if they put this out and then try and keep fixing it, and then eventually like, oh no, what's the other example? I think was it Arkham Knight on PC or Steam?
On PC. Like yep, I remember that. Oh my god, it's so awful. Oh no.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Well, the game itself is such an underwhelming experience, but
really
on top of that, all those other issues, like they're in themselves get amplified in terms of like, how frustrated fan bases get with people like this, with situations like this. And Life is Strange Remaster Collection not being on the Switch is a troublesome sign so far, because I think you should definitely got it out in the summer by now at least. And on top of that, us still talking about the remasters across all platforms getting fixes. I don't understand why this came out so early.
Yeah.
They should have just, like, as I said, I don't like being the quote unquote smart ass, but they should have just held off, and in the year where they're not releasing any Life is Strange content, drop the Life is Strange Arcadia Bay collection. Here's Before the Storm. Here's Life is Strange 1, both remastered, fully updated, no issues. Put it out.
Yeah, they should have sat on this way, way longer. Like, I don't know. But I get there's, Square Enix that's like breathing down your neck. You gotta release something. I get it. Like, I get it from like a business standpoint where, your publisher is just like frustrated with you. But like, really, like, look at the long term of this. But then again, with like a remastered collection, I don't think you're really thinking about the long term. I think you're just thinking about, a quick sale, not like a new IP or a new entry into the IP. This is like a remastered collection. I don't think they're really thinking about long-term trusts, because it's just a collection. You know what I mean?
Well, it was bundled with the Ultimate Edition, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting that. Yeah, even more so. Even more so. It's just kind of like just put it out. Who cares?
Yeah, like, I mean, like, I think when it was bundled, the Ultimate Edition, I should have seen that as a bit of a red flag, because it's like, it doesn't need to be that. You could sell it in its own. Like, if you're remastering it that well, why don't you just sell it as a collection? But
they're fixing
like,
screen tearing. Like, that's just wild.
Yeah.
Good
Like,
God.
there's so many issues. Like, there's the amount of lighting issues. I could have, like, literally have done a screenshot. Like, so it must have been at least 50 issues I saw across both of them, easily, without any question. And it ruined the experience because, like, it was enjoyable in parts, despite maybe Life is Strange 1 Remastered getting some noticeable tweaks,
Right.
And albeit controversial tweaks that we talked about, which I don't think were needed. But like, just in general, like, I'm just like, this is what I mean. Like, would you buy it? No, I wouldn't.
No.
I wouldn't have bought it if I wasn't running a Life is Strange channel, being a fan of the series, and I wanted to review it in the podcast.
That's true for me for like any new game in general. Like, don't buy it unless you're a huge fan of the game, because usually you're going to benefit from like waiting a few months. Like, I still haven't bought an Elden Ring yet. I want to play Elden Ring. I do, but just like, I don't know. I feel like I'm going to get it at a cheaper price. Maybe some DLC will come out for it, and I'll get to enjoy it for the best part of it. But I think it's just the hype train for everything. It's like, oh, I gotta get it now, or else like I'll be spoiled from it. Like, it's true for any new game. Don't get any new game until like maybe like 2 months later, and then you can get it at a cheaper price and more patched.
Yeah, and that's the worst. But that's what like, not to take away from Life is Strange too much conversation, but
yeah,
I really don't like where the industry is going at the minute, where it's like, let's put a game out and we'll release 10 patches in the space of 4 months to fix all these issues. It's like, why are games coming out in this kind of state? Like, I don't remember me playing on my PlayStation 2 or 1 back in the day and having, if a game was bad, it was bad and it was considered bad, but like not having the opportunity for developers to go back and put in 1,200 patches to fix these issues. It's like, and especially with Life is Strange, it's not a Horizon Zero Dawn or Forbidden West. It's not a huge scale game. It's like, I don't get it. So I thought we would give that update on that. Unless you got anything else to add, we'll move on to our media topics.
I will say, whatever game Don't Nod Montreal puts out, I think you should all pre-order it. I think you should all buy it day one. I'm saying this now because a lot of people are following me on the Twitters now, so I'm just like, but except for Don't Nod Montreal, do them. Buy all their games that they put out, please. Day one.
Well, they have a good track record of their games.
Oh, they do, yeah.
Obviously, especially with like Luke and Michelle and the first Life is Strange, which I would fully endorse you go and buy the game. I'll obviously pick it up first day. Like, that's the thing. Like, not even a debate for me.
Yeah, things like that. Like, yeah, I'll buy day one. Or like Ollie Ollie World, I bought day one. I knew I was gonna like that, but
I only do day one purchases on games that I feel really confident with, and that's like, my drop here of Kojima games, Life is Strange games, well, like the Don't Nod kind of games. Like, they're like, there's very few where I'm like, oh, I'm going to buy this day one. I'm like always kind of careful with what I'm going to buy day one. I don't really pre-order that much unless there's a really I'm confident with it. And the ones that I've done so far, Horizon and God of War, have been very, very good in recent years. So I think that's well worth that topic, and we'll move into our next one, which is obviously going to be one of the meatier ones. And we pulled a section of this out for our main topic. It might be in the thumbnail, it might be in the title, but we're going to talk about this. And obviously, this wasn't part of my live stream, which Adam was absent from.
Yeah.
Just to reiterate, he was absent. So we are going to Nintendo Life. So obviously, the news was broken, which is Life is Strange devs Don't Nod announced rebrand plus a peek at their new games. So they wrote French video game developer Don't Nod, who you may know from games like Life is Strange, Tell Me Why, Life is Strange 2, have officially changed their name as of today, May 31st. Except it's less of a name change and more of quote unquote you people have been saying it wrong end of quote change. Oh god.
Yeah.
As part of a massive rebrand of the company, they announced today on their Twitter and blog that their name is now Don't Nod, with a space and apostrophe that weren't there before. In their 20-second rebrand video, we can even see a sneak peek of what they might be working on next. The variations of the logo could hint at the projects currently in the works, and it certainly seems that at least one of them is being worked on by the newly opened Montreal office, as the studio's executive producer, Luke, mentioned his name in the tweet in the article. Come on. You can't just say studio's executive producer. Tweeted out a cryptic response, and obviously we'll come and start a bit more later on. The blog also mentions quote unquote Don't Nodians are all working in several human-sized teams and on 6 exciting upcoming internal projects, end quote, across their 320-strong team. So I'm not going to go into the entire website reading spec that I did last time because, well, I did that in the live stream, and I feel like it's going to repeat it. And Adam, I'm going to give you the floor here for a second because I want you to talk about your things. Obviously, a lot of people have heard what I've said so far.
But since I'm an American, I couldn't be here. Also wearing a London hat, so irony. But
Adam,
I'll
do you like the name or not?
London? Yeah, I love the name London.
No, do you like the Don't Nod name? The rebrand first?
I mean, yeah, I have to. It's just like I like it. Okay, so I have mixed feelings about it. Okay, so I get what they're going through. I love how it's shattered. I love how there's two different worlds to kind of go into. I love the logo. I love the logo. How the end comes in after it shatters. Like I love the message of it. Don't nod to everyone else's beats. I don't know. I like the spelling of the original. I love the all capitalized, like it's all one word. It was unique. Whereas Don't Nod, it's very on the nose. I get what they're going for. I understand, but it's just like it's not. I don't know. Like to me, the all capitalized Don't Nod with no apostrophe and all together, it looked like a brand name. Whereas this kind of looks like. Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt. That's stylized. That would be Don't Nod how they do it. But then the actual branding company name would have been Don't Nod Entertainment.
Right. Yeah. So Don't Nod Entertainment. But wait. So this isn't even Don't Nod Entertainment anymore. This is just Don't Nod.
Don't Nod.
No entertainments.
No.
We have no entertainment coming out of Don't Nod.
We always have entertainment coming out of Don't Nod.
Okay. That's okay. As long as you have some entertainment, but they took out entertainment.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have kind of mixed. I'm a mixed bag on this, but like I love the logo. I love it. I adore it. And I think it fits them really well. But just the name change, I'm just like, I'm not the biggest fan.
That's interesting. So on top of that, we'll give you a bit of context with something else. So Daniel Ahmed tweeted something which was quite. This was part of the rebrand, which was he thought What's funny is that the original company was registered as Don't Nod Entertainment, so the space in between Don't Nod. They then changed it to Don't Nod Entertainment to reflect their public, quote unquote, Don't Nod, full one wording, branding. Now it's back to Don't Nod Entertainment, lol. So whilst I get why it's like a lol kind of scenario, I get why they did it as well, because with like branding, it's not easy just to sell it as Don't Nod, for example. Like even with StrangeCast, like we're giving an identity to the podcast. It could have been something else,
right? And
you could come in and you'd be like, well, what they're talking about? Why are they not talking about Life is Strange? Why are they not talking about this?
Sure.
So like for me, like and I think it's always difficult thinking of like original names, like and to establish some kind of branding. So like for Don't Nod to go Don't Nod Entertainment, it gives you an essential idea that they're making entertainment. That's their product, but like what's the entertainment? Then you go into it. I feel like because they've established themselves as a bigger studio now, it's like we can just be Don't Nod. If you get what I mean.
Yeah, no, I get what they're going for, and like I'm not trying to say that like go back to the old name. It's going to take me a little bit of a while. I mean, human beings don't like change in general. Like we are not a change species. So it's just going to take me a little while to like see it as Don't Nod instead of Don't Nod. Like Don't Nod with that expression.
On this as well, I go to our website. So they thought with this logo, we wanted to introduce the apostrophe in the space between the two words to truly embrace the meaning of Don't Nod. Don't Nod is two words to represent our tendencies to be non-conventional as a company and in the games we create, as in we don't nod along to everyone's tune.
Yeah.
The D is shattered and the N appears within it, signifying that we're not afraid to break the mold. The new logo links our games, meaningful, powerful stories with who we are as a company, which I was a little bit at first thinking I'm not really a huge fan of the name of the studio, but like the space. But then with context, it's slowly growing on me, and
it's gonna work with me. I mean, it's like anything that changes, like from a name that's just like, oh, okay, that's weird, but okay, you know what I mean. It's just like if anything changes the name, everybody's gonna be like, oh, why?
Yeah.
But yeah, like give it like 6 months and people will be like, oh yeah, cool. Or like put out any game under this branding, Don't Nod, and I think people will catch on. I think and that's the other part. Don't Nod is trying to rebrand itself to be a legitimate company, not just the Life is Strange studio. Because even Vampire, I don't think a lot of people think about it as a Don't Nod game. They think of it more as a Focus Interactive game. I believe they see the name Don't Nod on there. They're just like, oh, that's cool. So like, what does that mean? I think, and okay, so this is my opinion about it. I think Michelle and Luke were the face of Don't Nod. Am I wrong? Like, if you see a Don't Nod logo in 2015, 2016, right, 2017, you see the Don't Nod name, and you're just thinking like, oh, was Michelle and Luke like working on this? Like you're thinking the like Life is Strange people. You know what I mean? So I think as time is going on, they still respect Michelle and Luke for sure, but they need to know that like, hey, we're like Bethesda. Bethesda isn't just Todd Howard. It's a whole lot of different things.
Mm-hmm. I would say that too. I understand where you're coming from. I'd probably say that Raul Barbe was in there as well.
Oh yeah,
but he was kind of like he was kind of like the silent partner a little bit. It was always like the Life is Strange 2 when Don't Nod announced that they were going to be working on it and had like a special message video on Life is Strange's video.
Yes,
Life is Strange's YouTube page, and I think it's Luke, Michelle, and Raul off the top of my head. So there's always those three, and I think like as you said, I think. Because it is like as you said, you can become like a Todd Howard, like you can become a Shinji Mikami. You can have like one face in front of the brand,
exactly. Mm-hmm.
And I think like as you said, I think like the ambition and the scale of Don't Nod will be to become like all these different developers and kind of get them in some kind of limelight. And it comes with the success of Territory, for example. Like that's why there's so much excitement about the Montreal game, like, and why like they moved Luke into the executive producer role at Montreal, and Michelle's in the director role. Like they kind of want those two as the face of that studio, spearheading the project, and then obviously you have all the talented developers that are working with them, who will make a name for themselves as well, if not already have a name for themselves, but make more of a name for themselves working on this project.
Yeah.
So yeah, I kind of agree with you, because obviously that's the expansion. Like they were just a developer back in many years ago, and a developer that struggled at first with Remember Me, because it commercially wasn't financially successful for them, and then they had success with Life is Strange. They had success with Vampire.
Mm-hmm.
As you probably say, it's probably known as more as a Focus game because it is published by Focus, and then Don't Know developed it. So I think it's just helped to kind of get their branding and message out, and then from that they've obviously made other games like Tell Me Why and all those other ones. So, and then now got 6 studio kind of plan. They've always got this like little MCU kind of scenario in place for the studio, so they're kind of like a timeline for people to follow the games they're making. So like the studio keep getting bigger, and I've always said this as well, like I think I said it many episodes ago, like their ambitions are to become a publisher, like as they're doing with Gerda. Like they want to kind of be a developer, publisher, a studio in the industry, which is kind of like playing its part in like a major and also kind of like minor role as well, with like different development studios that support. So no, I totally get that. I totally get that. But yeah, I feel like this was because this news came straight after them cryptically tweeting saying like, if you follow, a little birdie tells us if you come back here, you'll find out what we're working on. And I think some people came back really disappointed. I'm like, they ain't just going to announce out of the blue. Like, there's no point for that. Like, there's no like game that's just going to be dropping there. And
especially the way they said it. It's like, oh, a little birdie told us to come by. Like they said it real cute. Like there's no way you're going to say it cute like that. They're going to say like, come back tomorrow for a Life is Strange teaser. Like they're going to specifically tell you, come back for this, not like a cutesy kind of way. Yeah.
So so they pretty much, they were just like teasing you. And they gave us, I think they gave us personally a lot, obviously, from what we got from the video clip, with all the logos and stuff. I think that's quite a lot to take away from that. We'll dig into those in a second, but because it threw me off a little bit, because I was seeing that tweet and I was like, it's probably just gonna be like maybe Vampire 2, or it'll be like a tease for something else. And then I think like Luke tweeted about it, and I was like, like, it can't be the Montreal game. It's like, we talked about it a lot, but I was like, it can't be the Montreal game just getting fully announced. Like, it's gonna have a bigger platform to be revealed.
It will.
And then like I was kind of like getting thrown a bit off. So yeah, it's like I'm happy with what we got, and the I like the logo, like you said. I think it's right cool. The shattering as well. Like I always find like it's difficult to make logos and kind of like get an identity. You know, everyone wants to be an Apple. They want a signature logo which everyone recognizes them for. And I think they're kind of thinking about what they were going to do with the logo, the representation, the meaning, and what it means to the name, the branding, and then kind of like splitting up Don't Nod and kind of having that as the name. It all kind of fits in quite nicely as a circle. For me personally,
I'm seeing if Corey Schmitz made the logo, because Corey Schmitz has his hand in everything, but he would have tweeted it out, because like Corey Schmitz was the designer behind the Oculus logo. Stray, he did the Stray logo, so he does a lot. He didn't tweet anything, so
I didn't see anyone tweet about who made it. I think it's probably done in house.
Yeah, probably. But
so Adam, I think we should jump into the actual video clips.
Yes, and not talk about Corey Schmitz.
Yeah. So as I said, like we got this tweet, this teaser clip before. By the way, you should follow us on Twitter at Player One versus World, because if you had been following us, you would have seen these 15 minutes before the actual video went out. Because I am that very good at it. Yes, I tweeted them out. I tweeted out 4 of them beforehand because put 2 and 2 together. I remember the website being under maintenance, and I went back on their website and it was up. I was like, oh, this is interesting. And then I went onto the website and it had the 27th May blog post, which was this, that announced the rebrand. And it had the video, which was unlisted. And I was like, ooh, I was like, yes, scoop. So if you had actually followed us on Twitter, you would have seen these well in advance. So you should be following us on Twitter. It's good for that. So in itself, we have the first thing I remember, because I watched this, as I said, like 15 minutes before it all came out. And I was like, yeah, you're just going to put logos on these for no reason. So we have 7 different variations of clips with the logo on it. And one of them is definitely Gerda, as Don't Nod confirmed themselves. There are 6 in there, which means that there's 6 unannounced projects that Don't Nod are working on. Yeah. We're going to leave the clip number 1 off, because that's going to be our main topic as well. Obviously, we have very much confirmation of who is working on that from the Montreal crew. It is their game. So we'll come on to that, but we're going to go through each one. So it'll probably be a bit of a meatier topic. So I'm going to skip past that. So Adam, first one. We got the snowy atmosphere, kind of like thunder in the clouds, the Aztecian logos, if you've got it up.
Oh, are you talking about, the snow one?
Yeah, with like the gold glyphs in the air.
Oh, okay. I was looking at the different one, the one on the cliff.
Killing my vibe, Adam. Killing my vibe. Second clip, come on.
yeah, okay.
Killing our podcast.
I got you.
Yeah, you got it?
Yeah, I got it.
So this one we'll go with first. This is fascinating for me. This is like so cool. Because I said on the live stream, I was talking to the people who jumped in, I was like, it reminds me of Assassin's Creed during the glyphs.
Yes. I'm trying to think of like what kind of glyphs are those. Those are, I don't want to say they're runes, but they are kind of like, it is a setting of like, it looks Nordic. It definitely looks Nordic, but I don't think those are Nordic glyphs at all. So I don't know what that would be.
I'm like slowly fast forwarding, you're right towards the end before the clip gets cut off. Obviously, big trees in the background. I feel like one of those like observing people. Big trees in the background, mountain, lightning at the bottom with clouds.
Right,
say? Bottom left corner.
I don't think that's lightning, but I mean, I don't know. I don't think so. Maybe I don't
clouds
in the cloud. I see clouds, but like. I don't know. I don't know what that could be, honestly. It definitely looks mysterious. I think this is definitely like a magic sort of thing, like sorcery. And I think this might be a bigger game. This looks like it could be like an open world, kind of atmospheric game for sure.
Yeah, because I would say Nordic, but there's another one that gives me really Nordic vibes, and we'll come on to that.
Oh, true. Yeah.
But this one's like really has got me curious. I was even thinking I might even be like, tell me why too, but like with, there's like this kind of like
maybe
glyph, some kind of vibes, but maybe that's a bit too much.
Tell me why did have a sort of like mystical factor to it,
Yeah.
So interesting. Yeah, it could be. It honestly could be. Like that's definitely a possibility.
Look in the Don't Nod logo.
Yeah.
It looks like there's a circle in there with like the lines. It's almost like a summoning triangle or something like that, or a summoning circle.
True. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
at the end of the D and the like all the other parts, and you know, if you do want to follow along, like pull up the clips as well, you can listen to get a visualization. Like in the actual donut look, it's almost got like a summoning circle kind of thing.
Yeah,
which I'm like this.
That's definitely it. Could be a tell me why too. It definitely could be because like I said, there is like mysticism into tell me why. So maybe.
Yeah, so that's an interesting one. I don't have anything else to add to that one, but that one's kind of like got my curiosity.
Definitely looks like Alaska, though. It definitely does.
Yeah. Right. So we jump on to the next one. Stars, circles,
Captain Spirit 2.
Vibrant. Captain Spirit 2. This could be Tell Me Why 2.
This could? Really?
Maybe. Like it just might.
Are all these games going to be Tell Me Why 2?
Yeah, that's what
the next year. This could be Tell Me Why too.
Like, who is making Tell Me Why too? It gives me that vibe from like the do you know when they were like when they were young kids,
yeah,
playing in this. That's what kind of gets me. I think this will probably be something completely different. I know some people have thought Remember Me is in one of these clips. I would be shocked if Don't Nod is making Remember Me 2 in any way, shape, or form. Not this clip specifically, but even any of the others. I'd be very surprised.
I don't think Remember Me is really into this. Maybe the 1, 2, 3, the fifth one. Maybe.
We'll come back onto that then.
Yeah,
right? But
this one is just like a new IP, guaranteed. Like we don't even know what this is.
I think it's a new IP. We obviously can't really take too much away from it. I can't really talk about it. You know, stars are probably the main attraction, if anything. So
it's like childlike stars too. I think it's going to be like childhood whimsy kind of thing. I think it's going to be in a same light as like It Takes Two kind of thing.
Is it set in space?
No, I don't think it's going to be set in space. I think
one of them is set in space. Maybe the next one, but we'll come on to that in a minute.
Yeah, maybe. Probably the third one is. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I don't have much else to say about this.
I think it's going to be a new IP. I don't think we have any clue what this is. Whereas the first one we looked at is definitely going to be not definitely, but it has the vibe of Tell Me Why 2 for sure.
Yeah.
Second one is going to be a new IP. I think most of these are going to be new IPs, but yeah.
So clip number 3. This one is like intriguing. This is the blue greenish sky kind of like flares from the bottom. That definitely looks like it's we're above whatever planet we're on.
Yeah, no, this is set in space. I can see that for damn sure. Yeah. I don't know what it is. Starfield, perhaps? Maybe it's Starfield. They took the rights for Starfield from Bethesda. Yeah, no.
Because I think with the 6 logos we've got, I think that obviously Vampire is going to have to be one of these or something. I can't remember all of them off the top of my head, but I think Vampire's in there. Obviously, a new IP from Don't Nod Montreal was the first clip, which, as I said, we'll come on to a little bit later on. We're going to make our main topic segment.
Right.
And then I think maybe you Tell Me Why 2 in some kind of anthology kind of game or something is one of them. And then the rest are going to be new IPs. I don't know if they're going to be working an established franchise.
No. No. Yeah, this one, I have no idea, but that's definitely a planet. That's definitely, I don't know. I see the horizon of a planet. I see stars. That's going to be a good one. I'm looking forward to that one. I do like me a good space game. So
indeed, yeah.
Yes,
I think that would be a good one for them, definitely. So let's jump on to the next one. This one is very intriguing.
That's the one I was saying. It's like it could be maybe Remember Me Too. If any one of these has to be Remember Me Too, it might be this one. I don't think any of them are Remember Me Too for sure.
Yeah, this one's like it just gives me AI vibes or something. I don't know what it is. There's something like we're gonna get robots and like.
I think this is going to be like a very short story kind of game, very much a puzzle game. Oh, there's my dog. Hi, how you doing? He woke up from his nap. Oh, what do you want? Okay, you're just going to lay down. Okay then. But yeah, I think it's going to be like maybe a cybernetic puzzle game. I think this might be in the likes of, like an Old Man's Journey kind of thing. Have you ever played Old Man's Journey?
Hmm.
Well, like it has nothing to do with cybernetic, but It's a very short puzzle game with like a little bit of story in between, and it's a very powerful game. I think it's only 2 or 3 hours too. Definitely worth your time if you like those games.
I was thinking almost like Wall-E kind of style.
Yeah, I know Wall-E.
He plays a little robot.
Well, that's what I mean. I think that's why like this could be Remember Me Too, but I don't think it is.
Can I show you two observations here? So obviously triangles and circles there. All the circles are lit, and they keep like pulsing. And there's the triangle on the right. If you keep moving the clip forward, that's the circle around it evolves. But then look at the inside the logo. It's almost like a solar radar.
Yeah.
Do you like it pings? It's like ping, ping, ping.
Yeah. So it could be Wall-E. Maybe we're making a Wall-E game. Wall-E the game.
This isn't Tell Me Why 2. Let's get that.
No, this is not Tell Me Why 2. Okay, so we got one no Tell Me Why 2. Got it.
Yeah.
Heard.
But no, I just noticed that like if you slowly like fast forward the clip towards the end, it just looks like a solar ping in the Don't Nod logo.
Yeah.
Like if you like a solar radar, it's like ding, it's like almost like a distress signal or something calling someone.
Yeah, no, I agree. No, this is but I still believe this is going to be a short title. Like it's going to be like a short kind of puzzle game, I think.
Yeah, I would lean towards that. I'd be very surprised if it was like Remember Me Too or something like that.
There's no way this is.
Or if any of them Remember Too. So let's fast forward. This one intrigued me. So this is the big stone block. This is like this is what the Nordic one gave me big vibes for.
And
it just reminded me of God of War for some reason.
This is a very special one to us because the artist behind it is someone familiar.
Indeed.
It's me. I did the art. It's me. No, and I like
Stop it, Adam.
And I like how you put this in the show notes. Can you pronounce his name for me? Because I'm not going to try.
Edward Kaplan.
Okay, I believe you. But yeah,
I just my attempt with it. I think it's Edward Kaplan.
Yeah, who did the art style in Life is Strange games
and Alien Isolation.
Alien Isolation. Yeah, that's I love his art. Like it's very, and that's the thing. He has a unique technique. I heard in my head, and I was like unique, and I was like technique. Okay, wow, good job, Adam.
Yeah,
but yeah, this is
see before he tweeted this, I saw this and I was like, this art style looks really familiar. This one for some reason really looks familiar, and I was like,
yeah,
why have I seen this in some way?
Because it's the splotches going down the rocks. Yeah, that put it together.
So this one for me is like the Nordic-esque one. That's the one when I saw it first. Like I said, I got that vibe from it.
No, because I'm gonna highly disagree with you because look at the side of the rock. There's a climbing rope on the side of it. So I think this is going to have something to do with rock climbing or spelunking or something, exploration. But it's in modern day. But there's a little rope on the top right of it swinging around.
Yeah, that is. Maybe it's an average man climbing into the Norse mythology.
It's just like, no, I'm going to stick with it. It's going to be Norse, so fuck you, Adam. But
the big question is though, there's a rope and Spelunky, but it's like the rope is like looks like it's like someone's coming down it rather than going up it.
Oh yeah, true. Or someone went up and now it's swinging around. I'm a glass half up kind of person. I don't know about you, but
wherever we are very high up. Like
that's in the clouds. That is a high up game. Do you think he's going to be doing all of the art in this game? Do you think it's going to be in all of his art style, or do you think it's going to be kind of like in Life is Strange, where things you pick up are his art style?
I would hope they're all in his art style.
Yeah,
I would hope it is that.
I think it is.
Because I think that's what they're going to focus on Dontnod as well. I think it's going to be beyond just like Life is Strange, where they had all these different art styles. Because I remember as well, Michel's an art director as well.
Mm-hmm.
He previously worked on like Remember Me, so like they have all these different art. I think they're going to be like they're trying to get one person in, and then get that kind of like be the style of it.
Yeah.
Because I think you can do it with objects and stuff, but I think like if you're going to do it like this, which seems to be the big landscape of the game, I think you kind of gonna have to go with the entire art direction. I'd hope it's just him, to be honest.
Yeah, me too. I think it's if he's doing like his entire cliff, that's an entire set piece inside of the game. I'm gonna say that he's doing the entire art style for the game, so that's exciting.
So that one is quite cool. And then we move into the snow.
I'm gonna say, wait, can I say, tell me why too? Because it's in Alaska and it's snowy.
Isn't this Gerda?
Yeah, this is Gerda. I think they already announced that the snow one is Gerda.
Yeah, but this is also this could also be Tell Me Why Too.
It's also because snow in Alaska.
So yeah, that's the final one. That's Gerda. So like we don't know confirm that, and we've seen a lot of Gerda as well. And I think you should definitely go and have a look at it as well. It's definitely quite an interesting title.
Yeah,
but, yeah. So we had that was quite a lot for me. I thought like they shared a lot of information. Maybe I'm being a bit biased, but I thought like the actual rebrand, what the meanings were behind it, everything else, and then all those logos. I'm like,
wow,
come on, I'm hyped. Like I'm hyped.
I'm most hyped for the one with the green smoke above the planets. The third one we looked at. I'm excited for. Well, I mean, I'm excited for the one we're going to be talking about later. But I'm excited for space. I like space.
See, here's an interesting one, because obviously we know that working with Focus Home Interactive and an unannounced RPG, and the assumption is obviously Vampire. Which one's Vampire then? Or Vampire 2?
I don't know.
Because I will play Vampire this summer, but like the Spanish-esque kind of like gothic vibe isn't really there for anything unless they make it into like an AI cyberpunk Steam kind of game.
Yeah, interesting. No, yeah, I didn't get any Vampire 2 anything out of this. That's weird.
You played it as well. That's why I was kind of wanted to pick you apart on this, because like I wanted to see if you kind of like see if it's going to be Vampire 2 or not. We're making assumptions here.
Yeah, no, I don't think Vampire really needs a sequel, honestly. Well,
it doesn't need one, but that doesn't mean it won't get one.
Exactly. I mean, we got a Force Unleashed 2, so anything can be a sequel, but
I like the Force Unleashed.
Yeah, I mean, spoiler alert, the Force Unleashed did not need a sequel at all. And then they made one, and it was the worst sequel of all time. I shouldn't say that. There's been worse sequels than that. No, I'm sticking by it. That was the worst. But I didn't see anything that could have been Vampire 2 at all. No, I don't think. Interesting. But again, I'm happy that there's not going to be a Vampire 2. I don't think the game needs it. I don't think it needs it. But
see, because like that's the thing. Like we only have the logos and the other information. Like we only know that there's a narrative unannounced game from Montreal in the works. We know which one that is. Yeah. We know that Gerd is one of them. So we're left with 5 logos. We know that there's an unannounced RPG video game being made by Don't Nod, but that doesn't mean it's Vampire 2. So like we're still left with the other logos, 4 of them, right? Including the one that's the unannounced RPG. We don't know which ones are which. So it's still kind of like trying to figure out what's what.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think any of them were Vampire 2 though. That's for sure. That's wild. Yeah. No, I didn't even think about that. Like looking for a Vampire 2. But
that's what I thought when I was like, because as I said, like when I did the live stream, which you can go and watch, so as I said, it's on video on demand on our channel. Like I said I wanted to go away and like think about what I'm going to say a bit more in this segment, and it's like that was the one thing I thought. I was like vampires, and then Adam was like, I knew that you played it.
Yeah.
I was like, do you think any of them are Vampire? Are they Vampire 2?
No.
Could it be like a fast forward into a different kind of like timeline, a different setting?
Maybe. I don't believe so, though. I don't think so. I think they're done with Vampire, for sure. And kind of like how they're done with Remember Me. I don't think we're ever going to get a Remember Me 2. I don't think we should get I think we're going to get a Remember Me remaster before we get a Remember Me 2. Like, that's for sure. But I don't think we're going to get either one, because they're just trying to brush that game under the rug.
If Remember Me has a following, which is quite cool, but it's just...
It's a cult classic,
yeah, but Capcom don't make games that don't sell well. They're like Square Enix, like if games don't get the revenue, they're gonna put them on the sideline. Look at I'd scream for another Dead Rising game, but they ain't gonna make one yet.
No,
that game just that franchise fell off a cliff, and like with Remember Me, they own the IP, but unless Don't Nod bought the IP,
I don't know.
There's the other. possibility, because it's like who's publishing all these games, and we'll come on to that in a little bit. I think we'll come on to that main topic.
Yeah.
So Adam, are we done here?
I think we are. Yeah.
Lovely. We will jump into our next topic, and that is none other than Tell Me Why. So we're sticking with the Tell Me Why vibes.
Tell me why too.
So Tell Me Why is free to download on Xbox and PC in celebration of Pride Month.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think it's just this month that they're free.
So going to Eurogamer, and they put Life is Strange developer Don't Nod, which I called them out. You're spelling it Don't Nod with a space.
Don't Nod, yeah.
Obviously, sub-editors are hard to come by nowadays. Life is Strange developer Don't Nod supernatural mystery adventure Tell Me Why is free to download on Xbox and PC via the Microsoft Store or Steam in celebration of Pride Month. All episodes of the game were also free this time last year for the same reason. While the first episode free all year round, and the whole game is also available on Xbox Games Pass. It's nice to have the opportunity to own the full game to play on your own time. Tell Me Why tells the story. We don't need to explain why that. Right, so yeah, that's the news that we got for this, which is Tell Me Why. It's free to download this month for Pride Month. I would recommend you go and play it.
Yes.
I really like Tell Me Why. I played it through Games Pass, I believe. When I had an Xbox One, when I used to have an Xbox.
Yeah.
Yeah, so and it's free as well. And I think if you're a Life is Strange fan, I would definitely go and recommend it. I know people who've listened to this podcast have said "Ooh, Tell Me Why it's free," and it's like, yeah, you should definitely go play it. It's very similar to Life is Strange.
It's a surprisingly longer title. I think each episode is about 3 hours, if I remember right. So it's a 9-hour game. It is, but I think in Life is Strange, they were each 2.5 hours, and then this one reached 3.5 hours. I'm like, oh my lord, I wasn't prepared. No, I didn't realize I didn't own the game, so I guess I played it through Game Pass. So I looked on Xbox and it said, oh, just buy it to own. I was like, oh snap! So I purchased it for free. So I know it's free all month. So go ahead if you have Xbox, if you have PC, just get it while it's free and then play it.
Yeah, it's a really cool game. Tell Me Why, and the work that the Dontnod put into it. As I said, I always feel like it's never a Microsoft exclusive kind of game. I really don't think it's the kind of game you'd ever see on an Xbox and exclusive. But without Microsoft, we'd never get this game. And it's the game with the lead trans character, which most video games would never touch because of how hard it is to sell.
You said that in your in your live stream, I think, and I agreed with that. I was like, huh, yeah, that's true. That they didn't really have to go about. You said that, yeah, or was I listening to something else? But
what was this about?
Where I was saying, where you're saying how if Microsoft didn't solidify Game Pass with them, that they didn't have to worry about any kind of sales of overseas or anything.
It was either the live stream or the previous podcast that when we were talking about the trans character in a Life is Strange game.
Yeah. No, yeah. I agree with that. That whereas Game Pass kind of saved that game and it kind of solidified, listen, we're going to fund you. You can make this game so that it won't be it won't be snapped up by, mainstream media. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. They gave it a platform, Microsoft. I have to give full kudos to have a character that's trans in there. And they had a trans actor, Augustine Black, in there. Don't Nod worked with Glad on this project as well. So there was so much effort for them to do it. And it's reflective of Don't Nod, their branding. They said that they make powerful, meaningful games. And this is an example of it. And you look at other studios like Ninja Theory with Hellblade, they worked with charities on that for mental health. So the kind of handling of this project was so important, and especially the emphasis that was placed on trans character in one of the leading roles. As I said, I always say to people, name one from the last 10 years. You don't really get.
No.
You couldn't name many trans characters, if any, in a leading role. And this was a breakthrough for video games as well. And it worked well. It was a really interesting story. It was interesting to see it someone else's perspective. As I said, my life has been through one perspective. And when you see life through different people's perspectives, it opens up. And very fitting for a game like this to kind of be offered free on Pride Month. It should be there for people to play it. And it just builds more kind of support for people to go and try these games out.
Yeah. No, I'm happy it's free, and I'm happy that people are gonna play it regardless if they have Game Pass or not. So, I wish it would come on PlayStation, but it is what it is. Yeah, go buy an Xbox.
Wow. Was this 3 episodes? Tell me why.
3 episodes. Yep.
Yeah, I remember it being quite short.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my piece on it. You got anything else to add, Adam?
No, go play Tell Me Why for sure.
That's a good endorsement message. So
Yeah.
we will move on to our next topic, which is a bit interesting.
Weird, yeah.
So I'm going to Life is Strange Reddit. It was Square Enix sent out an email where they're conducting another survey for the Life is Strange games. And we only got the bottom part of the email, which says, hello, 2CV, a leading independent marketing research a leading independent market research agency, that's a better way of doing it, is conducting research on behalf of Square Enix and would like to offer you the chance to share your opinions on Life is Strange games. So I didn't get an email for this. I don't think I'm signed up to it. So
here's the thing. It's like, I don't know if this is real or not, because I'm looking through the comments and it's like, oh man, I would love a link. I would love a link. It's everybody not confirming that they got a link or not. Well,
I believe this was from Dom the Bomb, though. I believe he tweeted this picture out.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course they would get Dom the Bomb to do something like this, like, because he's...
Yeah, so here, OP, Reddit user, for everyone asking for a link, I don't actually have one. This is an email that was sent out to people by Square Enix, and I simply took the photo. Dom Bomb posted to Twitter about it.
Yeah.
The point of this was actually see if someone else got the email, lol.
Yeah, like, somebody did. Okay. So SSX Anubis said, I did. We'll have to sign an NDA if we get selected, though, so likely can't say anything about it. Yeah, so like a few people out of, I don't know how many comments, I'm not counting, but it looks like this is pretty selective, a very selective sort of grouping, or people aren't on Reddit like myself. I'm not on Reddit because I care about my mental health. But yeah, no, I didn't get a link, I don't think. No.
Yeah, I'm looking for his replies. Well, that's a bit. You're a marketing agency. You want other people's opinions, yet you send it out to limited people.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So like, I'm looking at my email right now. So it's just like, just to see if I got anything, and I don't think I did. No.
Yeah, I'm not signed up to their marketing stuff.
No.
They probably sent it. I'm assuming now that they probably just sent it out to influencers, streamers, and other people that they've done.
True. Yeah. Like
done work with. Maybe it seems like that. If anything.
Why not the, official Life is Strange podcast? Why not that?
We're unofficial, Adam. We can't say official.
Oh, we're official. I'm officiating. I now pronounce you official Life is Strange podcast. You may now, I don't know, lick a cartridge. I don't know.
I find this weird.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you tweet this from like the main Life is Strange Twitter account and then get people to
like
get
check their
involved
emails
with like
yeah. I don't know. Like, I don't think I'm signed up for their marketing either at all. I don't think I've ever been. I don't know. Maybe I should. Maybe I should be doing this. But then again, like, even if I got the email, would you really know? Because I would have to sign an NDA. Maybe I'm lying to you, Adnan, as a true American. But
so wait, you have to sign the NDA if you get to do the survey.
It sounds like it's more of a focus group. Like somebody said, like, it sounds like it's more of a focus group than it is a survey. So
it reminds me of that episode when they bring in Poochie. They bring all the kids in for in The Simpsons. When they bring all the kids in, it's like, we need to make Itchy and Scratchy hip, and they bring all these kids in, and they eventually make Poochie. Get focus groups. Focus groups are pointless. Like, God Almighty, they do them for like everything. They do them for like brands and like McDonald's, KFC, all this, and it's like, you're KFC, you sell chicken. Don't try and make it, sexy. People come there for fried chicken and gravy. Like, stop trying to like appeal to like the people who work in offices because they're the people who don't eat this.
Yeah, exactly. No, I think this would be more of a focus group than it is a survey anyway, because it has nothing. It doesn't really say survey. I think everybody's saying survey because share your opinion, so it's saying survey. But I think I'm looking at this email again. And it looks like it's more of a focus group. And a focus group is just like a selective group of people rather than a collective survey. So who knows? I don't know. Maybe they're just selecting like really like high influencers who actually know the games and can actually improve on it.
Know the games.
Yeah, actually know the games instead of just some random people. It's like, oh, you played an episode.
This isn't through This doesn't seem like it's through a Square Enix marketing thing. This does seem private. This will be going to private people's emails, which is a bit weird that you shared it.
Yeah, true. I don't know. It is definitely weird, but who knows? Maybe on behalf of Square Enix.
It's like, well, I don't think I don't think the actual email's NDA, but yeah, as I saw the Reddit comment, SSX Anubis, we'll have to sign an NDA if we get selected. So likely we can't say much about it.
Yeah. I think this would be a focus group, if anything. Excuse me. My God. I swallowed some dust. But yeah, no. Everybody asking for a link. I actually don't have one. This email was sent out by people by Square Enix. I simply took the photo. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, it might be just a focus group. And they're just saying like, hey.
Personally.
Yeah.
Maybe a controversial opinion. I think this is a red flag.
Oh, yeah. No. Yeah, it is. Focus groups are never a good thing. Ever.
No. Yeah. I don't think... I can't... Imagine, like, for example, like, we made a video game that was successful, like, I don't know, an Uncharted game, and then we're like, let's make an Uncharted 2, but let's get a focus group.
Right. Yeah.
I don't understand, like, where you're going with this. It just seems a bit...
Yeah.
Bit weird.
I was
trying to read through the comments to see if...
I was once part of a focus group for How to Train Dragon 2. So... Yeah. They're like, oh, did you like it? I'm like, yeah, sure. And they're like, okay, cool. Here's a gift card for, I think they gave me a gift card for like Burger King or something like that. And I was like, okay.
Just it's going to be a high list influencer kind of people who are doing this, which I'm like, okay, but might you just get everyone from the fandom? Like I'm not butthurt about not being involved in it. Like, to be honest, I probably wouldn't take part in it. If they gave it to me, maybe, I don't know, but I think there's more. For example, I always say to people, like, I have a Life is Strange channel. People come here, watch content, enjoy it.
Right.
That's all I can really ask for. And I've always said I think it was when I played on Webstream, like, I was like, there are bigger fans than me out there. They'll know much more about it. Now, I'd love to hear from them, if anything. That's their opinions I'd like to hear from.
Right.
I think when you make it concentrated, they could have just opened this up and said, we're looking for 40 participants to take part in a focus group, and here's a link on the Life is Strange Twitter account. Sign up. We might select you, might not. Let's go.
Yeah. No.
Granted, they'll probably get like thousands, and that would make the situation worse. But like, you just select 40 random people then.
No. Yeah, I have no idea what they're doing with this. I mean, Square Enix is so out of touch with Life is Strange anyway, so maybe they just need like a refresher. Like, what do people really think about these games? So, I don't know. It could be true. It could be false. It could be just Dom the Bomb who's in it. Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah, I was having a look. I couldn't see anyone else who tweeted this.
No.
Which I think in itself, my personal thing, I probably wouldn't have tweeted it just for the sake of putting it out there. But yeah, I'm a bit more intrigued by it. And it's obviously, I think in itself, it speaks volumes about it being cropped off.
Yeah,
just the top part of the section. If you look at the clip on, if you look on Reddit, you'll see that it's just a picture and it says hello, and then it has that sentence I read out to you, so we don't know what the rest says.
Well, let me just actually look up. Okay, so I'm looking up Dom the Bomb right now. I'm looking at his Twitter account.
I've looked at the tweet. It's just the same.
Oh, okay. Oh, he's a Ohio boy. Okay, I didn't know he's from Ohio. Ohio's terrible. Yeah, I'm seeing it now. But yeah, no, oh, there it is. So Life is Strange fan team. Yeah. Oh well, I have nothing more to say about it. It's just kind of like, oh, okay. So they're surveying people who know the games, and hopefully they'll get more in touch with their IP that they own and they've retained from.
But are they getting in touch with it though? If you're selecting like these other, this is not a personal attack on Dom the Bomb. But I'm saying, like, in terms of you're just sending out to influencers, YouTubers, people who might cover the series. Like, for me, like, as I said to me, I wouldn't necessarily want to take part in this because I feel like there's another fan who would give them a lot more interesting input. Maybe I'm being a bit harsh on myself. Maybe I want to just kind of give someone else an opportunity. But all the links on the Life is Strange subreddit, a lot of these people live and breathe this content. So it's like, why would you not want to hear these people's opinions?
Well, see, like as an only child, I think my opinion matters the only way. I think I'm the center of attention. So if I got this email, I'll be like, "Oh, of course you want my opinion." And then
As the youngest child, my opinion
oh
always matters.
wow, you're the youngest, and you're just like, "No, I want to give it to somebody else." No, I'm like, you're the baby of the family. Stop it. You have more you have more of an ego than I do. So get out of here with that nonsense.
Yeah, I just wanted to bring this up because it was like a last minute topic thing. I just saw it, and I find it a bit weird personally.
Yeah,
just because and again, to stress, I'm not better about this, and we don't accept free things on this channel. I don't think we've ever received anything free. We speak opinions. I've always said this. I don't let anyone call out my hypocrisy because there is no such thing with that. I speak my opinions. I've been pretty brutal about that. And like whether it costs me all kinds of opportunities, I'm not really that interested. It's just because I'll speak opinions, and I think that's the kind of people you want to consume content from. Me personally, I respect more people and go and listen to them if they speak their truths and not hide up things. But this was just a bit. This was a bit of a red flag. I don't think you should make games based on focus groups. I know other developers might do it, but I just think that it's a little bit. It doesn't send me a good message about where the series goes from here. Because if you're basing it on focus groups, you don't have an identity for a series.
Yeah, but
again, this could just be marketing. They could just throw it away. They could be like whatever. But I just don't think. It just gives me flashbacks back to that Simpsons episode with Poochie.
Yeah,
when you get a focus group of people and it's like come on, like
yeah, no, I don't think there's much more to say except for just like there's a focus group going around. Hopefully good comes of it. So who knows?
Hopefully. Yeah. But yeah, that's a very nice way of putting it. So we will move into our final topic, which is our main topic, of course. And this is obviously, like we said before, we left out the first clip from that Don't Nod video, which is obviously the videotape. So before we dig into that, I'm going to give you a couple more extra content tweets, which was including from Nina Freeman. Who tweeted after this came out, "I've been working with Don't Nod folks in Montreal on something really cool for a bit now, and I'm honestly just thrilled about it. Keep your eyes on this studio." So that was quite a thingy one there. Obviously, we have someone else. They have a lot of freelancers, remember? So I forgot about this when Michelle was a bit wary about the credits being cut out of the remastered collection. And he said, like, we had a lot of freelancers who worked on individual episodes. It's like maybe they'll lose their recognition. And video game credits, like, as I learned, a lot of people don't get acknowledged on their credits, which is so weird for me. Like, they'll work at a studio for 2 years, leave. And then some studios don't acknowledge them on the credits. It's like, what? It's like, how can you do that? It's like, that blows my mind. So, like, obviously, they'll have freelancers involved in their project. Montreal I think last count was about 33. I think was it Frederica said it was like 33 the studio in that games industry biz interview. And it was like almost half men, half women. So it's like the balance of that. Obviously we have Luke's tweet, which was eyes emojis, and also his new updated banner as well. So he was pretty much confirming that whilst I was on stream. And I think Clark said to me like, like, Luke's confirmed that Montreal's making this game, and I was like that. And obviously we're going to go to one of our other favorite resident Montreal crew, Macho Lopez, Matcha, Adam.
Yeah, I was about to say the name.
Yeah, Matcha. Who tweeted, so apparently I'm working on one of these projects, and apparently you need to see this because apparently you might want to start speculating, but apparently we won't tell you anything else because apparently that's how it is.
Yeah.
Monkey emojis, eye emojis, little ginger kid. I don't know what viral video that's from as well, who's got like a broadcasting like thing.
Yeah, so I remember that video too. It's adorable.
What is that video?
I can't remember what he was saying, but he's like at like a fair. He's just like interviewing people. Or no, he took the mic. That's right. He's not. Somebody was interviewing him, and he just like takes the mic from the interviewer and just like starts spouting his opinions. It's amazing. That's right.
Is that in Canada?
I don't know where it is.
So I'm trying to assume from like the branding on the microphone, and it looks like it's almost like Winnipeg or something.
Oh, it could be Winona. It could be Washington. I don't know. No, like all those letters right there are just kind of like your broadcasting code. So it could be anywhere in America. But yeah, all that signifies it's like your code for like where you broadcast from.
Yeah, I'm not reading into the picture. I don't think that's a tease for the
No,
actual game.
no.
So, because it was, that would be a conversation.
I'll send you the link to the video, though. It's
I would love if that's the main character as well.
Yeah. Me too. Oh my god.
So no, those are little extra bits of information. But yeah, so I basically wanted to break off the Montreal game as the main structure of this. I think we talked about less than Life is Strange in this episode compared to anything else, but
yeah,
a lot of Don't Nod news in itself. But I wanted to break off on it because obviously, like I said, we left the first part off. And I remember watching this clip first time around, Adam, and I was like, which one is the Montreal game? I was like, which one is it? And I'm pretty sure I got it wrong when I was guessing, because I was like, it's not that one. It's not that one. I think it might be that one. And it's not. And then when Luke tweeted out the video cassette tape, I was like, God damn it. I was like, why don't I think it was that one? It's like, it is that one. So
yeah.
In itself, Adam, I'll give you the floor here. The funniest part I said about it on the live stream was like, imagine how many kids nowadays are looking at it and it's like, what the hell is that?
That's true.
Because like,
that's true.
Because like, I was just thinking about this because like, obviously, my brother like, works for college and stuff, and like,
I don't think so, because Stranger Things is set in the 80s, and I think they pick up VHS tapes. So I think they know because of Stranger Things. But that's about it. Because here's the thing. My wife, when I was still a youth pastor, like shared a photo of like her in high school where she used like an actual digital camera to take a selfie. All the kids were like, what is that? They're like, a camera? They're like, why didn't you take it with your phone? It's just like, oh God, no. So they had no idea what a camera was. But no, I think because of Stranger Things, I think they know what a VHS tape is, though.
Maybe. But, with kids now, if you tell them what a DVD is, they're like, what's that? And it's like, the precursor to the Blu-ray. So I think, like, it's that. And I said to my brother as well, like, he works in a school. They don't even know what, like, Microsoft Word, the floppy disk. So
yeah.
They don't even know what that actually is, because obviously, it's a save function, but they don't know what a floppy disk is.
Yeah.
So that was the first thing I thought about. I was like thinking, like, if it's a 10-year-old kid or something feels like watching the trailer, it's like, what is that? Or
yeah,
like,
true.
What is that? But I think you're right though. I think probably Stranger Things does help with like keeping this relic of the past. Not a relic for me. This is like my childhood.
I know, dude. Oh man. So first things first, this is definitely a Life is Strange game, because the first Life is Strange was about rewinding, and this is a VHS tape. So hear me out. No, I think, so definitely we're gonna be in the AV club. Like that's for certain. I think this is gonna be something to do with like a Stranger Things. They're definitely going off of that kind of vibe here, because I mean, what else do you have a VHS tape for? And with it looks like gaffer tape. I think it's gaff tape. Yeah, it's got gaff tape on it, kind of like what an AV club student would do. So this is definitely like something that is in movie editing, and they are in the AV club probably in the 80s. And this is most certainly a Life is Strange game where you get to rewind again. You rewind time like you do a VHS tape. You say, be kind, rewind, and that's how you get your powers.
Because like what interests me about this is that we're obviously on a video camcorder recording and playing this videotape.
Yes.
So imagine like obviously like maybe like a 90s camcorder, or 80s, like you said.
Like a Super 8, yeah.
Yeah, like an old school one. Like those kids don't know about them. Like, the camcorder, you're like looking out, because obviously it's recording. Like we only have, what is it, like 2 seconds this? This is a 2-second clip this.
2-second clip.
So it's recording. And you see in the bottom right corner, you get is it a 1 you get? Or is it recording? It doesn't even say that. You just get
I don't know. But so it's like all blurry. It's got the play. It's got the SP logo down here. So that's standard play, I believe. So it's all grained out, and it looks like the tape is actually playing. You gotta use some. Oh, remember back in the day, you had to like hit the tracking button to like it's all fuzzy. And you're just like, damn. So you just like
kids these days don't know, Adam. They don't know the struggles. These kids don't know that you'd have to rewind this, for example, because otherwise you're just playing it from the end. Look at that. Left side, it's fully rewinded.
I still remember as a kid, like, my mom got a VHS tape rewinder, and I was like, yo. So you would take the tape out of the VHS player, you would put it in the tape rewinder, close it, and press the button, and it rewinds the tape for you instead of rewinding it in the VHS. So you can go on to the next movie without waiting half an hour to the movie to rewind. So that was cool. But yeah, no, there's something really analog about this. So I don't think it will be horror. I definitely don't think it's going to be horror like Life is Strange or Stranger Things. Life is Stranger. It's a new title. It's a new Life is Strange game. Confirmed. Life is Stranger. Oh my God, I'm so smart. And compliment my intelligence.
No, because you keep saying it's a Life is Strange game. It's not. This is.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, there's something about. Again, like, it's giving me like the mystery vibes. I feel like.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch Twin Peaks by the way tonight. That's my plans. So I'm gonna start watching it. I read the synopsis on the thing, and it gave me the vibes. I was like, ooh, like, you know, this chill factor come around me of like what it was. I was like,
yeah.
I know, obviously, it's such a big influence on Life is Strange. It from just reading that and then looking at this cassette tape, it's giving me that vibe where it's kind of like a mystery kind of thing.
Yeah. No, it is.
And like,
yeah, go for it.
do you think the game's going to be told through videotapes?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, why else would they choose this logo? Because excuse me. So, I mean, looking back at the videos again, right? So every one of those logos had the main set piece of the game they're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Like the snow for Gerda. Gerda has everything to do with the snow. They wouldn't show the VHS tape if it wasn't like the central point of the game. So maybe there's some like deep dark secrets that you had to find in videotapes, or
I was talking about in the sense of like I hate this show, but 13 Reasons Why. The first season where it's told on the cassette tapes.
Yes.
God, I hate that show. It's horrible for mental health. Don't watch it.
Oh yeah, I agree.
And it's terrible for representation. That's what I mean when it's horrible. Like that in the sense where it's like told. That's like it reminds me of like Resident Evil 7 if you played it.
Yes.
The best parts of that game are on the VHS tape.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. No, and like I said, with the graininess of VHS tape, it's got to be set in that sort of time space here. So, I'm trying to look up.
It's giving me dark room vibes, by the way. This.
Oh my God, yo.
It really does. It's like the white table, the cassette, the videotape, and it's like someone recording. It's like really cool.
Yeah, it's like I don't think it's got horror vibes to it, honestly. Because
no horror. It will have that same Life is Strange 1 vibe where it's like almost like a mystery thriller kind of like.
Yeah, I think this is mystery thriller because there's something about the zoom in of this cassette tape. I'm going back to the video right now. There's like a zoom in to the VHS tape, whereas like all of them are zooming into the Don't Nod logo slightly. And they are all zooming in, but there's something about this zoom in that's kind of like, you know, like focus in on this VHS tape. And why is this the only one that's on something that's like analog, like a VHS tape? Every one of the logos are kind of floating in space, sort of. This is the only, well, okay, the rock on the, okay, so.
Also the color branding as well.
Yes, the color branding. Logo. And that's very 80s-esque, very vibrant, bright colors. So this is definitely set in.
San Jupiter vibes.
Yeah. I'm going to say, actually, this is more like late 80s into like early 90s kind of feel. It might be 1991 where your boy was born. So,
okay. So, and if you are listening as well, do lose your thoughts in the comments because we're going to go down conspiracy theory route 101 and like, let's see if we can try to. What time frame, year, decade do we, because we'll come back to this obviously when they announce it and we'll see where we actually got right or wrong. What decade do you think this game is in? And I think we can narrow it down. Let's narrow it down to when was the VHS merged? Let's say, can we count 70s?
No, I don't think.
Well, the advert of Star Wars. I swear it came out on VHS tape.
I guess so. Yeah.
Right. Have a look at when the
VHS tapes born.
Right. So I'm narrowing it down to either 1970, 80, or 90.
1977 was the first VHS tape.
See, there we go.
But like that's late 70s.
Right. So like the narrow window for this realistically is 70s, 80s, 90s, maybe early 2000s, just before the advent of the DVD player.
I'm looking at the color scheme, and that's not a 70s color scheme. That's like a early 90s color scheme right there, because 80s had more like greens and yellows. This is like a pink and blue. And you see a little bit of neon green in there. I'm going to say early 90s for sure.
Yeah.
Late 80s or like 1989 to 1992, like in between that.
How old is Luke? He's like
Luke is 27 years old. He looks super young. I don't want to guess like, oh, Luke.
I believe he's a lot older than what I remember him saying. Maybe like 40.
I think he's he's up. I was gonna say he's up there. I'm sorry, Luke. I'm sorry. Goodness gracious. Not up there like that. I'm 31.
Factor in their ages. Let's take Michelle and Luke for example. You factor in their ages. I think that they've got, and based on Life is Strange 1, for example, as well, and all the cultural references and everything else, I think that your presumption of maybe the early 90s would be.
He is 37 years old.
I said 40.
He's 37. I just looked it up.
37.
He is born in
day over 26.
Yeah, he's born in 78. So he's around my age-ish. Like, he's a little older than me. Wait, if he's born in 78, wait, hold on. Then he's older than 37. Hold on. So 2022 minus 1978. Oh, he's 44. Why is this?
Ooh.
Yeah, he's 44. So no, he's not close to my age. He is much more.
See, I gave him 4 years. I gave him 4 years on that when I said 40. Yeah, I think the color of the actual logo is representative of the fashion sense we're going to get.
Yes.
That's why I think, like, when I just said to you, like, my thing was like San Jupiter kind of vibes from Black Mirror. It gave me that when you go back in time for that.
No.
So that's kind of. I think. Do you think we're going to jump timelines?
I don't think so. I think we're going to be in one sort of time frame because. No, I don't think so because that's not really their game plan. They never really jump ahead like years. They maybe jump ahead a year at most. But I don't think they're going to be jumping ahead like time travel kind of thing.
Well, they haven't done it before. They've done time travel before.
Wait, when?
Life is Strange 1. We jumped back in time.
Yeah, but like not like that far back. And they didn't necessarily travel that far back. They traveled back 5 years. You know what I mean?
Have you seen Black Mirror?
No, because it gave me paranoia.
You've never seen Black Mirror?
I watched 2 episodes and I was like, nope, don't like this. Nope, I don't like this feeling.
The new seasons are terrible, but you're missing out San Jupiter because that's one of the best episodes you'll ever see on TV.
Yeah.
And like in that, the timeline is told through different 2 stories, where it's like told in the present and this girl that's going in the past as well.
Yeah.
So I was thinking maybe you could have that in the story where it's like you're getting told a story in the present and the VHS tapes telling you a story in the past. Do you almost like Resident Evil 7, where you're telling the story of Clancy in the VHS tapes and you've got a present storyline. And you're rewinding the tapes and it's telling you a different story.
Or maybe they're making a Stranger Things game and they're telling one from the up and then one from the upside down.
Well, we saw what happened to the last Stranger Things game. It got cancelled.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, yeah. Rip, tell me why. Or Telltale, not tell me why. Telltale, yeah. No, I think...
why has been a big focus this episode, don't worry.
Yeah, I know. No, I think it's got like, man, if that's the graphics of the game, I mean... Holy crap, that's gonna be really good. I mean, did you see the detail?
Be an Unreal 5, won't it?
What's that?
It'll be an Unreal 5.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, that's insane. Like the detail in this VHS.
Yeah, but do you remember that viral clip of Unreal 5 where it's in like a train station?
Oh my god, that looked weird, dude. Holy crap! No, that's amazing.
Right, so yeah. So by the way, I have watched this about 2,000 times. I'm not going to lie about it. There's one clip I've been like trying to figure out something. I was like, there's something there that's going to be shown, and it's like as I said, I find it weird that there's like a video, like a camcorder almost recording this.
Yes,
playing the actual tape as well.
Yeah, maybe it is
recording it.
What's that?
It's not recording it. It's not recording it. It's playing it, isn't it?
Well, it's playing
in the top left corner. It says play. It's like
it's
already
playing,
been recorded.
and the SP at the bottom. So it's definitely playing a VHS tape of a VHS tape.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. So I think, in my opinion, I think it's going to be, if it is going to be jumping timelines, I think it's just going to be like you are witnessing things through a VHS tape in the year like 2022. That what happened in 1992. Oh. Yeah, it probably take place in 1992. So 30...
I think my theory is that at the minute, I think it's set in almost like the present day.
You want to get down?
And you're picking up these cassette tapes, or the cassette tapes, the videotapes, cassette tapes, the videotapes you're picking up, and you're watching someone else's story. So you're jumping back maybe like 30, 40 years. It's like,
Yes.
here we go. Like we think, 30, 40 years, 30, 35 years, you're jumping back and then watching someone else's story and like watching it unfold and the mysteries. And it's going to, I'm going to go out there and think it's got like a, not having not seen it, but like a Twin Peaks Life is Strange 1 vibe, where it's like as a thriller mystery going on here. You pick up tapes to tell you the next part of the story. That's my theory on this so far.
So I'm with you on that, but I still think, I don't know, I still think it's going to be set in the 90s, the 92 era, where,
I'm all for that, by the way.
Yeah.
If we see loads of 90s references and stuff, I am all for that, man. I am a sucker for nostalgia. I love watching back the first Terminator. When they have that like bike scene, it's like dun, 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 the dance music. It's like, oh, this is so cool. Kids these days will never understand how great we had it as kids growing up.
That's what I mean. I think, it's either going to be, it's set directly in 1992. I'm going to stick with that. It's going to be set in 1992.
92.
Yeah, I'm going to stick with I'm going to like nail that in 1992. Or with your theory, there's something that happened and you find these VHS tapes in 2022, right? You find these VHS tapes. There's something to it. You're trying to figure out what happened in 1992 through VHS tapes. And that's why you're seeing like a play button, like just to like witness like what's happening here. So it's either one of those. It's either set in the 90s or it's going to be seen like what happened in the 90s. So I'm
leaning.
Yeah.
I'm leaning towards yours a little bit. I think that's probably going to be what it's going to be. Mm-hmm. But my kind of thing was just the idea. It's like these like artifacts now, because like you would say like someone picks up a VHS. It's like, what is this? It's like, it is almost like an artifact. It's like a cassette tape. You pick it up. It's like almost like an artifact now.
Yeah.
It's part of a history now. Like, go back and use a Macintosh. Like it's, it's over 40 plus years old now. It's like they become part of their history, like as almost like a relic. So, I think it's either one of those two scenarios, or we're completely wrong.
Yeah,
they were laughing at us. They're laughing at us really badly. Because we're only basing this off of 2 seconds of like video, if anything.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Let me pitch you something else.
Okay.
Protagonists: man, woman, trans, binary, 2 character leads, 3 character leads.
No, there's going to be a whole cast of dogs, like straight up like corgis, Great Danes. Like it's going to be like Homeward Bound, where it's like the 2 dogs and the cat, and they find VHS tapes. That's what I'm thinking. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be 3. It's going to be 2 dogs and the cat. Oh, it's going to be Bao. Bao is going to be the main character, Luke's cats.
This is just going to be Cats versus Dog, the video game, isn't it?
Yeah,
the film that we had.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm sticking with that. It's going to be two dogs, 1 cat, and the cat's going to be Bao.
No, come on, serious.
Okay. For dead serious, so I think it's going to be a set of 2. It's going to be 2 people.
Okay.
They're going to be teenagers. They're going to be maybe like in high school, and they found these VHS tapes. And they're kind of dorky for the 90s, where they don't really fit into anything else, kind of like what Max was. Max was just very much an old soul, I'll say, because she had the Polaroid and all that. So she's kind of like an old soul dork. And that's what I think. I think it's going to be 2 people who respect the 90s in that sort of way. They're in an AV club, and it's going to be kind of like a Sean and Layla kind of vibe, where they're 2 best buddies and you want them to ship, but they're not shipping because that they're just buddies. Like, stop shipping people, like for dead serious. But yeah, so I think it's going to be like a Sean Layla kind of vibe, because Layla didn't have her time in the sun in Life is Strange 2, so they're going to try to like go back to that, where like, oh man, we should do that kind of vibe, but Layla is actually a main character.
So we're grounding this in your setting where it's like 1992, so it's all happening in that year.
Yes.
Or in the 90s, right?
I think, yeah.
My one would be, I think they're going to do something different. So I think at this point it's going to be a girl and a guy.
Okay.
Or a girl.
Or 2 dogs and 1 cat. Yeah.
Or a girl, a girl and a binary person. Where that person is biologically born a man or a woman. I think if it's a girl, a binary person, or girl and man.
Yes.
And if I'm going to take my setting, it's going to be set in our kind of like time where it's like in the 2000s, 2020s, and they were childhood friends, very similar to Life is Strange 1.
Yeah.
They've reconnected.
Okay.
It's almost like it gives me a bit of It 2 vibes, where it's like many years later, after spending like almost like Stand By Me years together as kids, they've reconnected after a long period of time, and they've come together, but there's a mystery of their past, which has never been explained. And I think the VHS tapes are a record of something that's a mystery that's never been explored. But there's this dark secret there, and they're trying to figure out what it is now after many years having reconnected.
Yeah.
I got chills saying that. I don't know, you chills like making the story for some reason. I could be completely wrong, by the way, in the comments. Like, you're sitting there thinking, "Oh, this guy's me." I'm taking presumption guess. I think it could be that. It is leaning a little bit to Life is Strange 1, what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I kind of get why they might not do that. But if I'm grounding it in my setting where it's like I said, like it's set in the present, and you jump into the past with like the kind of like the aesthetic of what it is, you go and live these kind of kids' lives in the 90s.
Yeah.
Through the cassette tape, the videotapes. Stop saying cassette tape. The videotapes. I think that's my kind of idea. I think that's what's going to happen. I think you're going to be two people who are adults. You've come back together after a long period of time, having not known something, but something happened in your childhood, which was a bit like, you know, we don't talk about, but then it's going to happen.
Yeah.
And something's brought you back together, and then you get these videotapes because this is what you were documenting.
Yeah.
And you went through a forest or something. You saw something happened. I think that's my idea of what this game's going to be about.
Okay.
The story.
So yeah, like you said, like more of an it factor where there's going to be a clown in the videos that they have to like go into the sewers and kill. My
favorite part's going to be when we're completely wrong about this. And like, they've just pulled this up on their projector in Montreal's office, laughing at us. Be like, ha 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 ha.
But here's the thing: I'm sticking with that they're two dogs and the cat. So I think that's going to be so out of left field, and Luke's going to be like, "See, no one saw that coming. I saw it coming." Okay.
I think there's going to be cat in the game.
You think there's going to be a cat? Is it going to be Bao? Will it be Bao? Although I might be saying the name wrong because he said like it's Bao on the patio, but like, you know, maybe it rhymes with patio, so maybe it's Bao. Maybe it's Bao. Bao on the patio. Bao, maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know. He'll have to correct us on Twitter if he listens to this. But
we've seen two dogs in their games, Luke and Michelle. So there's two dogs there.
So
I think maybe another pet. There's gonna be something in there.
A fish. It's gonna be a fish. Like you bring along a fish, and like one of those like 70s like fish shoes.
Right. We're going down. Right. So we've got so far. We've theorized on this so far, and it sounds like, as I said, we're so far away from actually knowing what this game. But
yeah,
is this game set in America or is it set in Canada?
It's going to be set in America. All the games are set in America, so it's like I would love it to be set in Canada, but it's going to be West Coast again because, you know, that's where they go. I would love it to be East Coast, but with the sort of 80s vibe, you always want to go towards the West Coast. That's more of like 80s Central. East Coast is more of like gang territory. You know, no one wants to be on the East Coast in the 80s, so you want to be on the West Coast.
See, I think it could be America, but I'm going to go with the risky gamble of saying it's going to be set in Canada.
Canada in the 80s, though? No one wants to be in Canada in the 80s. No one wants to be in Canada in the 2000s, so let's put it that way.
Well, they're based in the 2000s. I think it's based in Canada.
Do you think it's based in Montreal or Vancouver? Ooh, that would be great. West Coast Canada, Vancouver. Ooh, I want a game set in Vancouver.
I'm pretty sure they visited Oregon when they did Life is Strange 1.
Yeah.
And pretty much visited most of America when they were doing that. I think for them to move to Canada,
yeah,
obviously it's part of, you know, the gaming industry is becoming bigger in Canada as well.
Yeah.
And a lot of studios are based out there and their location strategically. I think there's just something there, which I think like that Canada setting is going to be something important for them.
Mm-hmm.
I think because it's like, you know, as I said, that there are two Frenchmen born in France, lived their entire life, lived most of their life there whilst they were doing these other Life is Strange games. And then this one, they moved to America.
Yeah.
And they've got a studio in there half women, half men, more or less. Different people who are coming in, different kind of like experiences, different identities, different genders. Well, how they identify. Sorry. So,
I'm gonna say Vancouver.
Vancouver or Montreal.
Yeah,
leaning towards,
but not Alberta, especially not Alberta. No, no one wants to be in.
No,
Alberta.
not Alberta.
No, Alberta's trash.
Do you think this character is going to be vegan?
Because they're in the West Coast in the 80s? No.
No, not a chance. So those are the kind of like, is there any other topics I can explore? So here's another question, Adam.
Okay.
And this will be an intriguing one.
All right.
Who is
Yeah.
publishing this game? Do we think that it's a actual publisher that they've got? Do we think it's Square Enix? Do we think it's a Don't Nod self-published game?
Oh, it's going to be Dontnod self-published, I think, for sure.
You think?
Oh, yeah, because I think Luke and Michelle are like done dealing with Square Enix, and with this push of Dontnod becoming its own publisher, no. Like, I think here's the real thing. I think this is going to be like the main staple to make Dontnod a respectable publisher, and they're not going to take the chance of not publishing this game. Like, imagine that. Like, everybody's waiting on this specific game from the Dontnod faces, right? You really think they're going to let Square Enix take the credit when they're trying to get publishing, right? So, no, I think Dontnod's going to publish this.
Interesting.
I think, I don't know if they have the power to, but I think they're going to do the best they can possibly do.
It depends on what the scale of this game is as well. That's the big one as well.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's not going to be Square Enix. I'm ruling them out at this point.
Yeah. Deep Silver.
Maybe a Canadian. Yeah, maybe a Canadian publisher, but narrative game. This is going to be a narrative game, single player, I imagine.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe single player. I'm going to go single player, convincing.
Yeah.
Single player, narrative driven game. How many publishers are really going to invest in that?
Mm-hmm. I guarantee it's Dontnod. It's going to be all Dontnod.
Yeah, probably. It'll be a Dontnod game published across all platforms.
Because that's the thing. Like, they're already working with Focus Interactive, and Focus Interactive could be publishing this. That's a possibility. But I think, excuse me. But that's like saying, like Starfield, right, for Bethesda. Like, you really think that if Bethesda didn't take this chance, like Bethesda's publishing this game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's going to be a huge stake. That would be a big mistake. And that's my point, is that, like, if Dontnod doesn't publish this particular game, I think that's a huge missed opportunity to, like, not take that leap when they already have a good relationship with Michelle and Luke, and they're getting their footing. Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah.
They've only published 2 games, to my knowledge, which is Gerda, which comes out later this year.
Yeah.
And Twin Mirror, which didn't hit targets.
Nope.
That was their first self-published game. But because this is the Montreal game they're working on, and Luke and Michelle working on it, Life is Strange was very popular. It's one of the company's financial successes.
Yeah.
Would it not be worth getting a publisher involved in this one with a Montreal game and the scale of the game that it's going to be?
Yeah.
To get it published through an actual publisher and drive huge sales, because this one will be the one that I imagine Dontnod is looking at, thinking we're going to hopefully see another hit like Vampire or Life is Strange.
Do you think that this is the RPG that's Focus Interactive is working with Dontnod with? Do you think it's going to be an RPG?
Adam, you don't ask me a question after I ask you a question.
Because, like, it's a possibility that Focus Interactive might be publishing this game. I think Focus Interactive would make the most sense to publish this.
Unannounced RPG game, though. This is narrative driven. Would it be an RPG as well?
Maybe. I mean, most RPGs are narrative driven as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it could be an action adventure game.
I think that unannounced RPG game is going to be similar in the vein of Vampire 2, and it's going to be like almost like a cyberpunk, futuristic Blade Runner kind of game.
Yeah.
I think we saw the logo in there, but we don't know which one it is. So I'm going to rule them out.
Or it could be no, I think it's going to be Focus Interactive, if anybody else, because they already have a relationship together, and I don't think they want Square Enix touching this game at all.
Yeah, I feel like in itself, like this is my opinion, the Dontnod relationship with Square Enix, like they are very much now wanting their own IPs. It's like they would probably having had to make that kind of like, investment with Square Enix, and then Square Enix having the IP now, that's like kind of for Don't Nod being like, we wish we still had the Life is Strange IP, because it would be just a moneymaker for them. And I think, no, so actually, you know what? You're right. I think this is Don't Nod published, because I think that they're hoping this is another banger. I think that they're hoping that because it's Luke Michel, that kind of like the Life is Strange skeleton that's working on this game. I'm hoping that I think that they're hoping it's going to be a sleeper hit, and then they have the IP, because if they're getting up better with another publisher, the publisher takes control of that IP, and it's like,
that's what I mean, though. So, like, I think Don't Nod's going to be publishing this. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm sorry about that. I think Don't Nod will publish this. I don't think there's going to be a huge scale game. It's not an open world like XYZ RPG Horizon Zero Dawn. I think it's going to be a concentrated game in the same vein of like the first Life is Strange. Will tap into a certain kind of nostalgia with a very enticing hook of a narrative-driven game that's kind of like got a deep mystery thriller to it. It's not going to have horror elements to it. I think the first Life is Strange had very horror elements to it. Like when you go into the barnyard, when you go into the dark room.
Yes.
When you go into... Because this is one of my conversations I was having with my brother recently where we were talking about Metal Gear. Like we always said that Kojima could make a great horror game. And like you see it with the games, like he always had this kind of like these horror-esque scenes in it. And he made PT as well, says it. I think they've always done that with from like Luke Michel and the Life is Strange team. Like those games have always had that kind of almost like a little bit of horror infused element to it, but not gone into the full genre of horror.
Right.
It's always kind of stepped on the edge of like a thriller kind of thriller mystery kind of game, and it's worked for them as well. The first Life is Strange is still incredible, very much incredible. So that's yeah, right. I'm gonna go with it. So that's that. I don't know if there's anything else to explore from it. Obviously, this is like early days of theories. We're basing this off a 2-second clip.
Yeah.
And what I know of the Montreal crew so far. Again, we know that we were casting when we talked about it in that episode. And you had them in that room. So
yeah.
Do you think here's the thing? Do you think they're going to keep it very concentrated in the cast, like they did with the first Life is Strange? So they'll take that kind of essence where it's like, look at the first Life is Strange. It was like 8 characters really who are like playing a major role in it.
Yeah. I think that's their style. I think it is. It's like very much like concentrated, character-driven kind of game. Because even in Life is Strange 2, every hub that you went into, like there was different characters, but in each hub there was only a concentrated like these are the characters you're going to be focusing on, and then the next episode maybe a character comes back, but most of the time it's like a very concentrated. That's their style. It's not very much expanded like that, Yeah,
it's that MO, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it's their MO that they like to concentrate on certain characters. Yeah.
I wonder if they'll do full body performance capture.
I mean, the photo we saw looked like a capture studio, so it could be, yeah.
Yeah. So I it still blows my mind when I found out Life is Strange 1 was motion capture. I was like,
yeah.
I was like, really? And I was like, yeah, it was just body though when they did the first Life is Strange. So yeah,
yes.
There's so much to talk about in this game. Like I'm just like really, after like months of silence, months and months, and if not years, obviously them setting up their crew in Montreal, the pandemic, everything else like that.
Yeah,
it's enticing. I can't remember that episode we did, the predictions. I don't know if we said that we were going to announce it this year or not, but
yeah. No, I think it's gonna be a large scale game, but I don't think so large that Don't Nod can publish it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, yeah. I think it's gonna be Don't Nod.
I just think that they're gonna be the IP. They're gonna have belief in it, where they think that if we sell this off to a publisher, then it's like, drat. We're back into the situation here with Life is Strange, where the IP we don't have control over anymore.
Right.
And again, with like Remember Me, like I think that's that kind of game that Don't Know would go back and explore if they have the IP. They don't own the IP though. So I think with this one, I think they're going to go with self-publishing. I think they'll be like the Don't Nod France publisher will publish it, and obviously Montreal developer will be developing it. And then they'll put it on all platforms as well to maximize sales and everything else.
Yeah. No, I agree. Yeah.
Very exciting times. Do you think we'll see this game this year? Do we
this
think
year?
We'll see this game this year?
Like a teaser at all?
The name of the game.
Yes. I don't know. Well, like, That's hard to say. Okay, so if we're saying this year, right? We're counting December as this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it ends in December. Yeah, we'll go to January 2023, and we're done with 2022.
Yeah,
I'm well done with 2022 by now.
Yeah, no, I think we're gonna see something from this game, because if we already saw like a teaser like this in 2022, I think, and it's only June. We got this May 31st, so I think we have plenty of time to just see not just a title, but maybe like another teaser image, like we did with the VHS tape. I think we're gonna get another teaser image. Yeah.
Do you want my prediction?
What's that?
We're going to get a small teaser clip, and a reveal of what the game's name is, and we're going to get a 2023 release date.
Well, they got to compete also with Starfield, because now Starfield's early 2023 now. So
yeah, but I was saying this to my friend. My friend says that 2023 is going to be a stacked year, because obviously they just announced Resident Evil 4 remake for 2023. And I think like you'll start seeing things pick back up after the pandemic.
Yes.
Where 2023 is just going to be a year littered with like so many great games. And I think
God, yeah.
I think this year if I miss this one and they don't say anything else, then I think we'll push into 2023. But I have a funny feeling that maybe at the end of the year it'll be like a name for the game, a teaser, very small teaser or something, and then a release date window for 2023. Maybe not an actual confirmed release date, but a release window for 2023.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it's I think we're gonna get the name. Let's say September. We're gonna get the name, like August, September, and then we're gonna get that date. Yeah.
I'm so excited for this game.
Yeah.
I'm like genuinely so excited for this game. I'm like there's so much to talk about. I think like maybe it's because when I was at the heart of Life is Strange in 2015 in terms of, not to be an ego, but like
right.
I was there when it was like when it took off, and I remember like I was doing so much coverage for it, and then like when it was taking off, people were like, hang on a minute, why is this game not being talked about? And I remember just seeing it just go whoosh.
Yeah.
And I have a funny feeling that this game has everything that can do it, and it's giving me that vibe already. Just like when I saw that VHS tape, I was like, hello. I was like, hello, this kind of game is like my kind of avenue. And so I think, like, as I said, I think, like, I don't know if for me, if they ever wanted to make a Life is Strange 2 game, like Don't Nod, with Max and Chloe as a continued ending. Because, like, I think, like, the way that they ended it, I think that was the way that they wanted to be done with it. And that's why they went such a different direction with 2. But I think with this one, this will kind of be very similar. It's like, I don't know if they'll ever have like a sequel in mind, but they just want to kind of make a quote unquote banger of a game where it's like, oh yeah, you know what? It's like a Stranger Things-esque vibe with like that kind of like success and popularity appeals to like mainstream kids, appeals to the 90s, the kind of like the audience that they attract from people. So that's what I'm thinking, and I have my theory for this. And as I said, like, I just hope that we don't like make all these really bad predictions and they're just laughing.
No.
It's like you guys are so far off the mark. It's unbelievable. But
yeah, I know. That's why I'm sticking with the 2 dogs and 1 cat kind of situation, because
we will be covering this game a lot on this channel.
Oh yeah,
like, Jesus Christ! Like, it'll be so much of my attention will be shifted towards this. Because obviously, like, the downtime that we have now as well with like no Life is Strange games, it's like you're always just like kind of like, when's the next Life is Strange game? But we know this game's coming, and I'm like,
exactly.
You know, I'm like weighing up what I'm going to do for coverage, if anything.
No, I think it's going to be a good one. I think it's going to come out, like you said, I think it'll come out 2023. I think they're going to try to get it out as soon as they can. But yeah, no, I think it's going to be a really wild thriller kind of mystery game. It's definitely going to be. I think we're all going to like it, because what we like Life is Strange. We enjoyed Life is Strange 2. I like Life is Strange.
Of course,
2.
we love Life is Strange 2.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna play it again.
Great game.
Yeah,
great game.
But yeah, no, like I'm excited to hear more about it. That's all I need. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. Should we call it a day here?
I think so. Yeah.
Absolutely. Right. So, guys, we hope you enjoyed that. Like as I said, if you are new here, do please drop us a subscribe, share, notify so you can know when the videos go up, and like as well. It helps with the channel. And as I said, we've got a bit more visibility recently and more subscribers coming in as well, which I'm very thankful for. And we're climbing slowly to 900, which is incredible after a small hiatus and having come back as well and seeing people come back, which is always good. And if you're on podcast service as well, yeah, you know, please do subscribe to those kind of services, do give us a rating as well. It does help with boosting visibility on StrangeCast. But like I said, we've got so much more to talk about this. If you have your own theories about this Montreal game, please do leave them as well. Like, a couple of people jumped into the live stream that I did. It's just nice to hear what you guys thought about all the different games, and especially with the Montreal one as well. I think that seems to be the main one where everyone's kind of like got their attention on. So if you have your own theories, like, let us know. Tell us if you think we're wrong. Tell us whose theory's better, whose game you'd rather prefer to play. Obviously mine.
Yes, jeez.
You'd rather play mine. But like, tell us which ones you think are good. But yeah, just leave us your thoughts in the comments. We'll see what everyone said. But yeah, we hope you enjoyed this StrangeCast episode. There's more content coming to this channel as well. There's a special Life is Strange interview that I did only 2 days before this as well, which will come to the channel next week as well. So I hope you actually look forward to it. It's very interesting chat, completely left field. But yeah, and it's not with an actor, it's with someone who's in the community, which was, I think you'll enjoy it. But yeah, so hope you enjoyed this episode. Stay tuned. We'll be back in 2 weeks with another StrangeCast episode. Until then, take care of yourselves, and yeah, stick around. More Life is Strange content to come. See you later, guys.
Bye.